Hello, my name is Pai. I'm the photographer for Kidney March, and you might not know that I also ran 8 standalone marathons, 7 half marathons, 35 different triathlons, and 9 full Ironmans. What's an Ironman? It's a 3.8 kilometer swim, followed by a 180 kilometer bike, and then you have to run a 42 kilometer full marathon, all in one day, all with time cutoffs. So Kidney March would like me to share some of the tips and techniques that I've learned in the past to help my running and walking techniques to help reduce injuries. I'm over 106 kilograms. I'm not the best type of athlete for this type of sport, but I do appreciate the importance of proper technique to prevent injuries. It's especially more important as you grow older, and also sometimes the heavier you are, you have to be able to do these events with proper training and techniques. Hey, walking's pretty easy, right? How hard could that be? Well, after 20 to 30 kilometers, you'll soon discover little pains and aches that you might not have been aware of at shorter distances. I guarantee you, after 100 kilometers, bad technique is gonna hurt. So my first tip for you is shorter strides, okay. Longer strides, you'll pay. So what does that mean? Well, shorter strides will allow you to walk with better form, and then longer strides, you tend to land with your heel. And the problem about landing on your heel is that's where most of your injuries come from. You see, when you land on your heel, all that energy gets absorbed by your shoe. And when you walk with a longer stride, your knees become straight and the force of your body weight shoots up from your ankles to your knees to your hips. You might not feel it now, but you'll pay for it later. The better way is to take smaller strides. This will force you to land on your toes and midfoot, where your foot will absorb your entire body weight. If you can imagine running barefoot in the kitchen, you always land on your toes and midfoot like a cat and never on your heel. Remember to keep your eyes up, good posture, and walk proud. I want you to try this demonstration for yourself. Take your arm out like this, and then move your hand across by taking large steps. This is you walking, and requires a lot of energy just to drag your hand along. Now try it with short steps, and you'll immediately notice it doesn't require a whole lot of energy to move across. There are 2 reasons why. First, big steps require your hips to pull your body weight along. So you are literally dragging your body weight through the entire distance of the stride. Secondly, with small steps, you basically let your body weight swing that leg forward and fall in place, letting the momentum and gravity do all the heavy work. Your center of gravity and your body is aligned closer to the impact zone, and your feet will absorb most of the shock. The bottom line is, just by reducing your stride about 10% or more, you will greatly reduce the amount of strain and pressures that are falling on your knees, your hips, and your feet. Another common pain you'll find are shin splints, IT band problems, and piriformis syndromes. And these are a result of muscles that are not used to working within that range of movement. The way you train for it is to develop exercise routines and stretches that address working out these muscles that you seldom use. Shin splints and ilioband injuries, IT problems, mostly come from muscles not being able to handle the unfamiliar lateral forces that occur when you try to balance your body's motion through your run or walk. Challenge yourself on your next pre-walk stretching routine to include stretches like deep front lunges, side-to-side lunges, and side leg lifts to broaden your range of movement. This is why training on uneven surfaces is really important for your training in the preseason. Newsflash, the Kidney March is not perfectly flat. There are hills, there's slanted pavement, and there's uneven surface everywhere. So mix up your training routine by hiking, stair climbing, walking, or jogging on soft surfaces like trail or soft grass. This will help you strengthen them for situations that you might not anticipate if you walked on a perfectly flat sidewalk. Trail walking is the best. Listen to your body. If you feel discomfort, try walking out for a little bit for a couple of kilometers. Most discomfort goes away after your body readjusts. If you feel sharp pain, stop and reassess. During your workouts, you want to stay hydrated as much as you can with electrolytes. You sweat most of your electrolytes out during your activity, and you want to replenish them to prevent muscle cramps and pain down the road. And finally, a note about shoes. If you're having feet pain or blistering, you might want to check out elastic shoelaces. Your feet over time will naturally swell when you're on your feet all day, especially when you're walking. Your feet will feel hot, sweaty, and heavy. Elastic shoelaces will let your feet expand and breathe. Some brands of laces will have knots to help you to control the levels of tension along your foot that a traditional shoelace can't do. Some people might like more room in the toe box, for instance, and a snugger fit near the ankle. My last tip is to consult a running shoe store to diagnose problems with your feet. You'll be surprised what different brands of shoes can do to help with your stability, your under and over pronation, which is the torsional movement of your foot, high unsupported arches. You could have shoes that address those issues, and stability. So a good running store will help diagnose the problems. And one great tip before you go to a running store is to bring an older pair of shoes. This will show all the wear and tear marks over time and help the running store diagnose any problems that you have with longer distances, because they'll show up on your shoe, whether you're a heel dragger or you tend to land too much on one side of the shoe. Those things will be revealed by a consultation with the running store. So here's a quick recap of the things that we covered. Number 1, shorter strides, okay. Longer strides, you'll pay. Number 2, remember to do those strengthening exercises and stretch during your practice. Number 3, train on different types of surfaces, especially trails and hills. Number 4, to prevent muscle cramping, try to drink sports drinks over water and keep your electrolyte balance with salty snacks. Number 5, try elastic laces to keep your feet happy. Number 6, consult a running store to find the right shoe for your foot. So good luck out there. Remember, shorter strides mean longer distances.